Actually, it matches my outfit today.
Good morning, everyone. I'm opening this space today with some slightly adapted words by Reverend Melanie Morel-Ensminger. Come, come, whoever you are welcome here. Whatever your age, your size, the color of your eyes, your hair, your skin, you are welcome here. However you came here, if you came alone or with others, you are welcome here. Whoever you love or how you speak or whatever your abilities, you are welcome here. Whether you come with laughter in your heart or tears in your eyes, you are welcome here. If you come with an open mind, a loving heart, and willing hands, then you are indeed welcome here. All right. So, welcome to the First Unitarian Universalist Church of New Orleans. For almost 200 years, this congregation has been a beacon of liberal faith, spiritual self-fulfillment, and commitment to making our community and our world a better place for all. I'm Tucker. Hi. My pronouns are they, them, or he, him. If you're a visitor, we invite you to raise your hand so that we can greet you. That's cool. No new folks today. No stress. Also, we want to ensure that everyone in attendance can hear the service in its entirety. So if you're unable to hear any of the speakers, please wave your hand or give us one of these, and we'll do our best to speak up. We are a lay-led congregation. On Sunday mornings, we ask you ministers, community members, community organizers, leaders from social justice organizations, and our very own members to be voices of hope, courage, and spiritual or intellectual transformation from our pulpit. Our worship leader today is Melissa Gamble. They are our worship arts team co-chair and recently installed board vice president. Melissa, would you like to introduce yourself? That's good. Okay. Amazing. So, please rise in body or spirit, and join me in lighting the chalice of our heritage. And join me in reading the words that you'll find in your order of service, and join in our sung response following. We light this flame to ignite the sacred power of justice. We light this flame so that it may be a beacon of hope in moments of uncertainty, fear, anxiety, and the unknown. Light this flame and are emboldened by its blaze, knowing our strength as a prophetic and powerful people is rooted in the diverse ways we answer the call to love.
We kindle this light in celebration for the life that we share.
Please remain as you are for our opening hymn in the gray hymnal, number 389, Gathered Here.
Gathered here in the mystery of the hour, gathered here in one strong body, gathered here in the struggle and the power, Spirit draw near. Gathered here in the mystery of the hour, gathered here in one strong body, gathered here in the struggle and the power, Spirit draw near. Gathered here in the mystery of the hour, gathered here in one strong body, gathered here in the struggle and the power, Spirit draw near.
Beautiful, thank you. Gabe, would you like to come up for our Time for All Ages?
All right. Can everybody hear me? Yeah? Amazing. Would anybody young and young at heart like to sit before me while I read you this book? Yes. Yes. Thank you so much. All right, today we are reading Julian the Mermaid by Jessica Love. Oh, Julian is a mermaid. Oh my gosh. It's like I've never done this before. This is a boy named Julian, and this is his abuela, and those are some mermaids. Julian loves mermaids. This is a beautiful illustration of Julian in the water, transforming with beautiful fishies flying in the current and turning into a mermaid. Vámonos, mijo. This is our stop. And there the mermaids go, saying goodbye. Abuela, did you see the mermaids? I saw them, mijo. Abuela, I am also a mermaid. I'm going to take a bath. You be good. Julian had a good idea. Haven't we all played dress up? Oh! Uh-oh. Julian looks at his clothes. Maybe he made a bad choice. Come here, mijo. For mi abuela. For you, Julian. You see, he was gifted a necklace to finish his dress. Where are we going? You'll see, says Abuela. Mermaids, whispers Julian. Look at that beautiful parade. Like you, mijo, let's join them. And they do. Julian got turned into a mermaid and joined all his beautiful mermaid friends. Just like he wanted. Follow your dreams, kids, no matter how old you are, all right?
I said, Julian, you are holy, you're holding my hand. And Julian, you are holy, you're holding my hand. And she said, all will be well, all will be well, all manner of things will be well. I said, Julian, do you not know about sorrow? And Julian, do you not know about pain? I said, Julian, do you not know about hunger? And Julian, do you not know about shame? And she said, all will be well, all will be well, all manner of things will be well. I said, Julian, do you not know about loneliness? And Julian, do you not know about disease? I said, Julian, do you not know about cruelty? And Julian, it's too much, it brought me to my knees. She said, all will be well, all will be well, all manner of things will be well.
She said, no one does not know about sorrow, and no one does not know about pain. And she said, no one does not know about hunger, and no one does not know about shame. She said,
all will be well,
And she said, no one does not know about loneliness, and no one does not know about disease. And she said, no one does not know about cruelty. I know it's too much. It brought me to my knees, where I heard,
All will be well, all will be well, all manner of things will be well. I said, Julian, you are holy, you're holding my hand. And Julian, you are holy, you're holding my hand. Said, all will be well, all will be well, all manner of things will be well.
and she said, baby girl, do you not know about tenderness? And baby girl, do you not know about friends? And she said, baby girl, do you not know about the spirit? Baby girl, it's only love that never ends.
She said, all will be well, all will be well, all manner of things will be well. And so all will be well, all will be well, all manner of things will be well.
That was beautiful, y'all. Thank you. Our meditation for today comes from the great mystic Howard Thurman. It's called Our Little Lives. Our little lives are big problems. These we place upon your altar. The quietness in your temple of silence again and again rebuffs us. For some time, there is no discipline to hold them steady in the waiting. And the minds reject the noiseless invasion of your spirit. For some, there is no will to offer what is central in these thoughts. The confusion is so manifest. There is no starting place to take hold. For some, the evils of the world tear down all concentrations and scatter the focus of high resolves. We do not know how to do what we know to do. We do not know how to be what we know to be. Our little lives are big problems. These we place upon your altar. Pour out upon us whatever our spirits need of shock, of life, of release, that we may find strength for these days, courage and hope for tomorrow. In confidence, we rest in your sustaining grace, which makes possible triumph and defeat, gain and loss, love and hate. We rejoice this day to say, our little lives, our big problems, these we place upon your altar.
Please join me in our responsive reading, Trembling with Joy, which is found in your gray hymnal at number 526. The great sea has set me in motion, set me adrift, moving me like a weed in the river. The sky and the strong wind have moved the spirit inside me, till I carry away, trembling with joy.
I feel like I need to open this time with another meditation. If you all don't mind joining me in kind of closing your eyes or getting comfortable or whatever that looks like for you. Dear all that is sacred, dear everyone in this room, dear trees and plants and waters and oceans, mountains and rivers anew. Dear longingness, belovedness, hope, despair, dear all things that make us human and beings together and alone. Dear those little reminders in our hearts that the evils of this world are not what it's supposed to be, that even if we don't know what it is, we know that this indeed is not what it is. Dear the little knowings in our hearts, the little stirrings when we sleep. Dear all the people we call beloved and hold deeply in our hearts, those who have gone and those who are here. We give thanks to every single thing, every living thing, everything that makes us who we are, and that is sacred. Let it be so. I come to you all today with a lot of grief and sorrow. And in times of grief and sorrow, I like to pull back on the mystics. When I was in divinity school, I didn't find myself, I went to like a Methodist divinity school, so very much in the Christian church tradition at the time. And I didn't find myself captivated by all of the saints and bishops and the powerful preachers. I found myself drawn to the mystics, the failures, the weird ones, the folks whose narratives we only found in little excerpts from other people writing about them. The ones who walked away from all that they knew, from statuses, from gendered expectations, and towards mystery and wonder. They taught me that failure could be a type of becoming. I think of mystics who have always been edge dwellers. They seek not correctness, but communion, not success, but surrender. They dare to believe that we can encounter the sacredness, beings, life, divine, whatever that looks like to you, in our dreams, in our longings, in our grief, in our bodies, and who we are. And mystics are people, right, who pursued union with the divine oftentimes in this tradition I was learning in at the time. I'm thinking a lot about Christian mystics from the Middle Ages. They pursued union with the divine, not as theory, but as lived experience.
I was going to talk about hermits, but I didn't feel like that's what I was supposed to talk about today, so I let it go. Mystics are individuals who seek a direct personal experience of the divine. They go against like the grain of the programmatic, the institutional, the religious doctrine, believing that you don't need the intellectual, but that you can find the sacred through your bodily experiences, through your own self, not out of words or the intellect. That there's another way of knowing and truth-seeking. And this deep commitment to truth-seeking or a desire for a personal connection rather than the intellectual really stood out to me. Rather than relying on religious structures of the times, these mystics often pursued this desire for the divine independently and experimentally. Even how folks wrote about them, they didn't even know what to say. And in the Christian Middle Ages, the mystics were often women, and they could be understood today as queer-coded, neurodivergent-coded, as outcast. While historical labels didn't exist, right? Figures like Julian of Norwich and Hadowich wrote in ways that defined this like linear logic. They embraced metaphor and focused on internal visions and not external validations. Their refusal to perform in normative social roles, whether in gender or productivity or how they talk about the divine, kind of marks this as this forerunners of this broader tradition within that Christian saints tradition, this church history that I grew up in divinity school learning about. For them to be this way, in my opinion, in this conformitist world, is to fail, at least by dominant culture standards. But these mystics showed us that the so-called failure can be a portal to a deeper knowing, to a slower time, to a divine encounter. People like Julian of Norwich, who sealed herself in a cell and dared to write of God as a mother and not as father. Hadowich of Brabant, who wrote erotic poetry to the divine in the language of same-gender longing. And Macriner the Younger, my personal favorite, who embraced the life of radical simplicity, grief, and philosophical hope, who her brother literally writes at her death, she shone in gold, and she was bright, and she lit up, who transcended this notion of what it meant to be human, separate from the divine. And these mystics often refuse to perform, right? Like I said, these normative social roles. And I think of their refusal as not for refusal's sake, but for a deeper devotion to truth. They stepped outside of prescribed timelines of marriage and reproduction. They wrote of the divine in expansive terms. They embrace intimacy with the sacred through longing, through grief, through eroticism, through solitude. Their lives offer a lineage of transgressive holiness. So going back to Macrina, her brother Gregory of Nyssa, who writes this account called The Life of Macrina and tells about how she literally transcended her gender, and not by erasing it, but by living a life rooted in this future hope of another life that was to come after the one she was living. She did not perform gender as expected for her class or time. She remained unmarried. She led a women's monastic community, and she lived not for the status or reproduction, but for her conception of beloved. Macrina's way of living, her daily practice informed by this hope of a future, is what a lot of queer theorists might call queer futurity. It's the reordering of life now around a truth that hasn't yet fully arrived, right? As folks who care deeply about the communities around us, we know this as well, right? We're striving for a future that we have not yet seen. It's a refusal to live by the logic of this world. It's the daring to live beyond the confines of law, of what other people have told us how we should live, right? It's living, trying to bring a future here now. And there's a queer theorist named Jack Halberstrom who has this book called The Queer Art of Failure. And he says that failure is a way of resisting the demands of a success-driven capitalist and heteronormative world. When we fail to meet those expectations, we actually open up new ways of being, new rhythms of time, new visions of life. When we trust our inner knowings, when we trust those stirrings in our hearts, when we know that we may not know what it's supposed to be like, but this isn't it. We dare to open up new ways of being. And to me, this is mysticism, right? It's not living according to the way the world demands you to live. It's surrendering to other things, to other truths, to other beings, to yourself. It's not power necessarily, but it's presence. It's not always visible, but it's glowing. It can be felt. It's defiance. And it's deeply queer to me. And in Halberstram's framework of the queer art of failure, we can say that the mystic's retreat from the world is not cowardice. It's not fleeing. It's critique. Even the hermit's solitude is not abandonment. It's attentiveness. And the hermit, the mystic, bodily refusal is not a rejection of life. It's a holy protest against the narrowness of what's been determined as life by those in power. And right, mysticism doesn't start and end with these Middle Ages mystics, and it definitely didn't start it. But that was my first context, and it wasn't till I started learning more and more about how mystics showed up in my own tradition that I grew up in, and also in my own political education and schools of thoughts I really clung onto. I started learning more about Black mystics, how Black mystics have long held a sacred space in mystical traditions and African traditional religions, and traditions and spiritual practices not recognized by institutions. That Black mystics brought the divine into their relationship with grief, struggle, survival, and joy. I think of Howard Thurman, whose poem, Prayer, I just read earlier, who was in so many ways the moral vision of the civil rights movement, who listened for the sound of a genuine within self and within nature. And I think of Sojourner Truth and Harriet Tubman, who spoke with and were guided by spirit, who dreamed prophetically and moved in rhythm with revelation. And James Baldwin, whose prose bore witness to suffering as a crucible of the soul's formation. And Audre Lorde, whose invocation of the erotic teaches us about divine power as embodied, as relational, as resistant. These Black mystics refused a world that defined them, us, as degradation. They crafted a world of spirit and truths, of beauty and refusal, of becoming, of resistance. They made space for sacred survival. And across a variety of religious traditions, right, mystics echo this refusal to be trapped in the world that we know now. The presence demands. I think of Rabia al-Oudouya, one of the earliest, most revered female Sufi saints, who taught a radical, selfless love of God free from desire for reward or fear of punishment. Her poetry and devotion emphasize loving the divine purely for the sake of love itself. And I think of Isaac Luria, a foundational figure in Jewish mysticism, known for developing the concept of tikkun olam, or the healing and restorative of the world through uncovering divine sparks scattered throughout creation, who taught that even in the mundane, when performed with sacred intention, you can participate in the cosmic repair, making every moment an opportunity for a mystical union with the divine. And Zora Neale Hurston, whose works recount countless unnamed Black mystics and spirit workers through her research and her work in the South and in the Caribbean, preserving a rich tradition of Black folklore, spirituality, deeply connected to ancestral wisdom, healing, and the ongoing presence of the spirit. They show us that mysticism is not about leaving the world. It's about refusing to let the world tell us what matters. Abandonment for knowing, abandonment for ecstasy, abandonment for becoming, for being free, for living, for spirit, for people, against the backdrop of this world as we know it. It's about refusing this urgency of capitalism, of patriarchy, of whiteness, and anchoring instead in love. And that matters. Mysticism calls us to walk away from the hustle and listen for the holy in ourselves, in nature, and each other. To live clearly in how we hope. To root our lives not in what can be measured, but what can be felt and trusted, your own sense of knowing. Mysticism says and reminds us that we aren't too much. Our grief is not a distraction. Your longing isn't a failure. Your refusal to conform is a sign that you have heard a different call. Your willingness to act is a call to self and to others. And this makes all the difference in a world whose totalizing powers tells us we shouldn't. So may we be like Macrina, live as those who already know we are loved. May we live like Julian, daring to say, all shall be well. May we live like Hadwich, write love poems to the mystery and the wonder. And may we, like the mystics of every age, place, and truth, like Thurman, Lord, like Baldwin, may we live towards the future, even now. May our failures be holy. May our weirdness be sacred. May our clearness be luminous. And may our hope be strange and stubborn and free. Let it be so.
Thank you, Melissa. Generosity is a spiritual discipline. We can now practice our act of giving either by placing your offering in the collection plate or by using the information in your order of service to give electronically. Thank you. Thanks, Dwayne. Gifts to this community of faith are gratefully received. Let us acknowledge these gifts by reading together the words in your order of service. This gift from the abundance of my life blesses me, our ministries, and the world. Thanks, y'all. Giving and the offering plate and pledging are just a part of how we steward this congregation. There are countless other ways to serve, build community, and share our love with the rest of the city. I'm going to share a few exciting announcements about things coming up, and then Beverly, I'm going to invite you up for our spotlight announcement. So first of all, join FUUNO as we march with our banner in the No Kings NOLA Parade through the Marigny on Saturday, June 14th. Open up that costume trunk, make a new protest sign, bring your sassy, satirical, snarky best to this New Orleans-style parade to mock the military parade in Washington, D.C. We'll start gathering at 9 in the park in the 2,400 block of Decatur on the corner of Mandeville and Decatur and the Marigny. We're lining up at 9, and the march will start at 10. See Mary Ellen Burns if you're interested, and Miss Linda also put some signs in the back, protest signs that people can work on. If you have questions, talk to them. Thanks, go for it.
Thought you got rid of me, didn't you? Just want to remind you that after church today, we're going to go over to, well, first we're going to have coffee because coffee is part of worship. And then we are going to go over to the Epiphany House next door. You'll just go out the gate and come back in the gate and up the stairs. And we're going to have our first foundational visioning meeting. So I know that I sent the notice out that it's from noon to 2. That was muscle memory typing. We're not going to be here that long. 65 minutes is what I have on the agenda. So let's see if we can stick to that. And there will be, Linda has offered to have coffee over there too. So we'll have our regular coffee and snacks, and then we'll proceed over there. And I hope you can all make it.
Amazing, thank you. Last 2 announcements for y'all. There is an RE picnic in the park. So talk to your families, bring your young people. June 22nd, that's gonna be from 12:30 to 2:30 at the Walnut Street Playground at Audubon Park. All RE families and RE volunteers are welcome. And my last announcement is that there is a goodbye party for Katie Shivani Gelfand after 10 years of service as our DRE and 15 years of service on the worship team. That is happening on Saturday, June 28th. Also mark your calendars from 6 to 9 at Epiphany House, aforementioned, over in just the building that way. All right, thank you. Please stand in body or spirit and join in our chalice extinguishing, which is in your order of worship. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. Thank you. And now please remain as you are for our closing hymn in the gray hymnal number 123, Spirit of Life.
Come unto me, sing in my heart all the stirrings of passion. Blow in the wind, rise in the sea, move in the land, giving life the shape of justice. Roots hold me close, wings set me free. Spirit of life, come to me, come to me.
May we continue to be emboldened by our own truths. May we continue to look each other in the face and call that person sacred. May we continue to be against the norms, against oppression in all forms. May we continue to find our truths in ourselves and each other. May we continue to be weird and strange and all that is beautiful and holy. Amen, and let it be so. Now turn and greet your neighbors, please.